Welcome to another episode of Hair Biz Radio with your host, Zakiyrah and
Mikey.
Clearly, he has his Hair Biz Radio mug over here. What are you drinking?
This is actually Copper Cow coffee. I think I've talked about it on a previous podcast. This is coffee from Vietnam, and it's a pour-over coffee. So you can get this like water heater, like not a water heater. I don't know what it is. You
like
just put
kettle?
the water kettle.
Yeah,
kettle. Water heater. Some people call it a kettle. And you like you tear open the thing, you put it on top, you pour it in, and then it has these packets of sweetened condensed milk that are phenomenal. And I only use half a packet because it's kind of super sweet. But Vietnamese coffee is generally really strong. So when I finish this, I will be bouncing off the walls. But I don't make mine as sweet as it traditionally is. But honestly, I found the product on Shark Tank, and it's phenomenal.
I wonder if I should get into coffee. I don't drink coffee. I love tea.
If I don't really need it, I don't drink it for the caffeine. I drink it more as a ritual. Like when I'm going to sleep, I'm excited to wake up the next day to have a cup of coffee, sit in front of the computer. Because what I do is I wake up, like my morning routine. People ask me, what's your morning routine? You know, it's like people always want to know what the entrepreneur's morning. I'm like, I wake up, I go make a cup of coffee, and I sit at my computer and I start working like every single day.
Yeah. That's the routine. That's it right there.
That's it. It doesn't, whenever I wake up, we start right off.
Yeah. Well, I'm drinking water, so.
Yeah, nothing wrong with water.
Yeah. All right. What's been going on? What's new in your world?
My world has been a little bit exciting. We have pretty much finalized our custom wig project.
Nice.
And this has been a year-long project. I've talked about it on previous episodes. Mm-hmm. When I tell you this is game changer, the people that are seeing these wigs, it's game changer. And you know what? I'm going to tell you why it's game changer. Okay. It's going to be an absolute tidal wave win for our clients.
Oh, yeah.
Because not all our clients sell custom made wigs or know how to make custom made wigs. Mm-hmm. And a lot of our clients do make custom made wigs, but they're real busy.
Oh, yeah. So this will condense the time.
But there's a key part of this project that people need to understand, and I'll go into detail in other videos on my YouTube channel and such, is, okay, sewing machine construction. That's pretty standard. Yeah. People in Atlanta, everywhere, people doing sewing machine construction. The bleached knots, okay, the bleached knots, having that already done is huge because a lot of stylists don't like doing it because it's annoying. Definitely. Actually, painting it's kind of fun. And washing it off is kind of fun, but then drying the hair is really annoying.
Oh, yeah.
Especially when you have different styles and all that kind of stuff.
And when you have clients coming in, sometimes it can take a lot of time. Like,
it takes time.
Back you up. Now you got clients waiting, and you got to do this and do that. It's just a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot. Now, the key is the customized hairline. And, I don't even know if I went into real detail with you about the customized hairline and the differences of it.
I don't think so.
Okay, so let me go over. Let's go over it from like a high level of understanding what this customized hairline, how they're currently created, and the difference between how not even 1% of wig makers do it and how we're doing it the same way, and then how other wig makers do it. So you have a hairline, and everyone's like, oh, it's a sales point. Oh, it's pre-plucked, right? All pre-plucked means is it's that first, let's just say, inch.
Yeah.
It's a lower density, so it looks more natural, right?
That's how we like it. We need it to look natural.
We need to look natural, right? But what happens? A stylist will come buy a wig from Private Label. It has a hairline, but it's like I don't want to say it's a straight line, but it's a very even line.
It's like a curved line. Yeah.
A curved line, right? That's supposed to somewhat mimic a hairline. Mm-hmm. Okay, so you have that. A stylist gets it. They're either going to do it on the client or probably on a wig head first. And they take these tweezers and they're like, ping. Have you ever seen the YouTube videos? They're like, ping, 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 ping. And it's like, you can't even see their hands because their hands are going so fast. They're like with the tweezers, the people are like, oh my God, this person's so good at plucking and tweezers, blah, blah, blah. Now, let's go into what that's doing in the construction of wigs. Now, when you have a lace, right? I actually have, I don't know where I threw it somewhere. I have all this lace sitting around. Just plain lace. When you have the lace, what people are doing is they're ventilating the wig, right? Mm-hmm. So they're taking a little bit of hair, they put it through the hole, and they tie these little knots, okay?
One by one.
One by one. Like, people don't realize how long these frontals are like, legit, every frontal you see is probably taking on average, if someone's really good, it takes 20 hours, maybe 30 hours. Okay. So you have this happening. Now, remember, this is a knot within the lace.
Yeah.
So every time someone is pulling this hair out of the lace, right? If you think about it, it's taking the knot is coming out and it's making these micro tears in the lace.
It's aggravating it. Yeah.
Right? Which is, it's not going to ruin it, but I wouldn't say it's good for it either.
Right.
But there's no alternative. Now, there are ways around this, and that's to custom ventilate a wig. Now, you'll see someone like Daniel Coy. He's actually going to be here at the Beauty Biz Boot Camp again.
Nice.
Right? And we became friends.
He's great.
He's great. And he puts on a ton of education. Like this guy, he puts out, he has classes, but he does give out a ton of free education.
Yeah.
When you see him making these wigs, and I'm like, holy cow, this is crazy, because it takes literally forever. But he's hand ventilating the wig, right, with a very specific hairline. So that hairline, yes, it is cool. It looks pre-plucked, but it's all the V's and W's. So when I show you the custom wig, it's not just straight. It's these V's and W's. So when you actually put it on, literally a stylist at this point, they might want to do a little plucking just for show. Some people do. There's different levels of plucking.
Yeah.
Tamika Gibson, her wigs look beautiful.
Oh, they do.
But those boys are, they are all the, it's extreme. Like you probably aren't wearing those twice. Like it's.
But they look very natural.
Very natural. So you're going to have, there's not like a standard for this.
Yeah.
We went middle of the road where you could probably just put this on and you're like, yeah, I don't even need a stylist to put this on anymore.
Yeah.
Or a stylist might take some tweezers and pluck a little bit. And the reason being it's more for show. It's more for the experience. Oh, let me put some little tweaks here.
Yeah.
It comes with a middle part already. But, which you can just flip over the hair. You would never know it's there.
Oh, yeah.
Someone might want to do a side part. And side parts and other kind of things that we're going to do in the future. To custom ventilate a wig. I'm not going to tell you how much Daniel Coy, he does these wigs like custom ventilated for like actresses on Netflix shows. I was like, Daniel, come on, man. How much you charge for these wigs? It's in the multi-thousands. Like it's thousands of dollars for these wigs. Now, when I say these wigs that we have and how it's going to change the game is our 16-inch, 180 density, transparent lace, custom ventilated, bleached knots, sewing machine construction, right?
We're waiting for it.
Right? Which is, the wig is worth well over $1,000 at this point because of the integrity and everything else. At private label, it's going to start at $225.
Wow.
It's never been done before.
Wow.
Make
sure y'all get these wigs.
Look,
okay.
I mean, I can't, it's like really hard to explain. Like I'm for people to really understand the difference, I try to explain it as best I can, but in theory, like to do something, a better product than this is not possible. Right? Like not at this time with what everyone knows. And I've done tons of research. I have Dallas and I've been working on this for a year.
Oh yeah.
Like this is, to get to this point is really, really tough. Our highlighted version of the wigs are only $25 more. So you can get a 16-inch highlighted wig, right? Which people charge in Atlanta $200-$300 for highlights.
To highlight, yeah.
You get the whole highlighted custom wig for $250.
That's insane. Insane.
And our clients are going to crush it with these. They already have. We started doing them here in Atlanta, and they absolutely are crushing it. Yeah. They're like, Mikey, this is game changer. I was like, yeah, I know. Whew. Because that's what we do, is we change the game.
I have to get me one of those wigs.
Yeah, you really do.
Definitely.
Like the highlight ones, I could see. I don't know. You don't really go blonde that often, right? Like blonde highlights.
No, but I thought about it.
It'd be funsies.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we have that, but we have like a darker one too, and we're going to come out with all these custom wigs. So right now, and what I've had the staff doing is like when they see a really cool wig, is to screenshot it, and we're putting in Google Drives for inspiration.
Oh yeah,
it's not going to be an exact copy, but we're going to make it close to kind of inspiration. So my idea is, we've had wholesale days, super successful. Everyone loves it. We've been traveling. Oh my God. I was just in Detroit this past weekend. I was in Charlotte the weekend before that, Smyrna before that. It's just nonstop.
Oh yeah. Did you guys go to Greenville?
Greenville's coming up.
Okay.
And not this weekend is the Beauty Biz Boot Camp. Next weekend's Greenville.
Okay.
So we're all over the place doing this.
Oh yeah.
What we're going to start doing is coming out with a limited amount of custom wigs, and we're going to have a custom wig day.
Oh, that's going to be perfect.
That's going to be wild.
Oh, yeah.
Like, stay tuned for that. And then I might even slightly, just because it's an event, and just because it's going to be causing some, I mean, literally causing crowds, I'm going to lower the price a little bit, and people are going to go freaking out.
The only time you'll be able to get them at that price would be at the wig.
Custom wig day.
Yeah, custom wig
whatever we call it. I don't know what it'll be.
That's
custom
perfect.
wig pop-up. That's what it's going to be, like a
I like
pop-up.
that.
Custom
I like
wig
that.
pop-up.
Oh, yeah. I love that.
So that's kind of some of the stuff we've been working on. There was a little rumor, and it's probably not a rumor because I was there. Zakiyrah got married. Oh my God.
I did. I got married. It was everything. Like everything I wanted. That's what it was.
I have to admit. And first, guys that have been watching this podcast on YouTube that are not in the hair industry, just watching it because Zakiyrah, she was taken before, but now she's taken. Okay. That wedding was phenomenal.
Yes.
And I've been to not a lot of weddings, honestly. I haven't been to a ton of weddings, but I was like, this wedding was beautiful, well done, organized, fun. The energy, the music was like the best music I've ever had at a wedding. Because I guess, who was the guy that was doing the music?
Mixmaster David.
This dude was like,
that's him. He's a V103's DJ.
Oh, is he? Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's great.
That guy, what was that thing?
Violin.
This dude on a violin is a beast.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that was crazy.
Yes.
I haven't been to musicals and stuff like that. So for me to see something like this, I'm like, am I at a wedding or am I at like a music event? Like, what is this thing?
Oh, yeah.
Like, that was super cool.
Thanks.
Yeah.
It was so glad. I was so glad to have you guys there. I was like, we got to have Mikey and Mary.
Yeah, I was actually supposed to be, okay. Full information. Let me tell you what happened. So we were actually down in the DR working on investment property.
Right.
And we were out at our favorite place in Sosua, and it's called Blue Ice. It's a hookah bar nightclub. I don't smoke hookah, but it's just kind of a cool environment and fun, and everyone's super awesome. The staff is super awesome.
Tequila shots.
we were doing a little bit too much tequila shots. Raj's there, tequila time. It's becoming a mess. It was like 12 o'clock, and Mary Margaret's like, okay, we got to go. I'm like, got to go. Midnight? Only been here for like an hour or two. We got to catch the flight tomorrow, this, that, the other, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, there's no way I'm going to make the flight tomorrow. It wasn't even an early flight. The flight was not until like 3, 4 o'clock.
Oh, wow.
But, you know, we knew we might be out a lot later if we didn't go in. And I was like, we're going to stay later. And she's like, but what about Zakiyrah's wedding tomorrow? And I'm like, forget Zakiyrah's wedding tomorrow.
Mikey.
10 o'clock the next morning, Mary Margaret, wake up. Mary Margaret, wait, what are you talking about? We're not going back to Wednesday. I was like, nah, we got to go back today. When I tell you it was hell to pay, it was actually, it wasn't the next day. It was like we had to come back on a Saturday, and your wedding was on a Sunday.
Yeah.
So we had to come back that Saturday. When I tell you, okay, first of all, flying American Airlines, when you're used to Delta, American Airlines doesn't even have TVs in the back of the screens.
You know what?
You have to use your cell phone.
I realized some Delta planes don't have.
Very few don't.
Yeah.
But this American, it depends, I think, where you're flying. I don't think South America,
I think a couple days ago, we went to Houston and Dallas. And
they didn't have them on the Dallas flight?
Mm-mm. The flight was only like 2 hours, maybe.
But still.
Yeah. It wasn't.
Yeah, not having that. I mean, it had plenty of entertainment you could do on your phone, but at the same time, like, I don't know. And like, I have no status with American, right? So it's like.
You know what? That sucks. So we honeymooned in the Maldives, and we took Qatar Airways. So we have status with Delta. I don't, it's not Mikey's status. Mikey's at like, whatever is over diamond, that's probably where Mikey is.
No, just diamond.
But we're, what's right under diamond?
Platinum.
Okay, so we're platinum with Delta. So we get like upgrades and stuff, but we had to fly Qatar because going to the Maldives, you can't fly Delta from Atlanta. I'm not even going to say the worst experience because it was not the worst experience ever, but it's kind of like when you're used to getting on a Delta flight and you get upgraded, you get special treatment. They're like, oh, Mrs. Such and Such. Like, do you need anything else? going to Qatar, it was kind of like, okay, we don't have any status with Qatar Airways. Like, what are we doing here? We're in economy. Like, what is going on for this 24-hour situation? It's terrible. It's like almost like a downgrade, but
it's brutal.
Yeah, it is.
And actually it's funny because I talk about it in my book, Fearless Beauty. And part of it is like how I used to walk onto a plane because I used to do business in Thailand. Mm-hmm. And Thailand's 24 hours to get there. There's no faster ways. Mm-hmm. And I used to get on the plane. I'd look to the left and there are like the Delta One suites or Korean Air suites where it's like lies down to a bed. Yeah. I'm just like, oh my God. And then I look all the way. I mean, you can't even see. It's so far back, all the way to the back of the plane. I literally was a bathroom attendant for 24 hours. Anytime someone went to the bathroom, I knew. And it was one of those things of like, how do you try to figure out how to get to the front of the plane? And I honestly wish I was more aggressive and double down on education at a younger age to be able to figure this out. And that's why I tell a lot of people about like stuff that I'm doing, and I'm very upfront about it. It's not because I'm trying to show off because I flew, Delta One. That's ahead of first class, by the way. You have first class, then you have Delta One.
Yeah.
Delta One to Madrid, and it's free. The hotel's free. Everything's free, right? And I even posted on my social media because I don't want younger entrepreneurs to see it and think like, I bought that ticket. That's a $5,000 each ticket, right? I'm like, hey, thank you, Delta, for the global upgrade certificates. Like, people need to be researching what a global upgrade certificate is. Yep. How do I get this? And it's really comes down to loyalty with brands, right? So we're loyal to Delta because Atlanta's half Delta, the whole airport, and then Marriott because of the properties. So Marriott Ambassador, I'm at the top level for Marriott.
Oh,
upgrades,
Marriott Ambassador.
Look, upgrades galore.
Oh yeah.
But what happened was, I only started being able to get some of these extra perks around 2018. It wasn't until like around 2020 that I was doubling down. I said, okay, I've got the airlines figured out. Now let me figure out the hotels because what I'm doing with the airlines is amazing. If I could do the same with hotels,
crazy.
So it's not just flying there, but once you get there.
Mm-hmm. So what is the top status for Marriott?
It's Ambassador.
Oh, that's what it's called.
So Ambassador. You can get whatever the one right under it is still really, really good. Okay. I was still getting a lot of upgrades before Ambassador, but Ambassador, I mean, it's just like
you own the hotel.
No, but it's like you get upgrades galore, all the stuff, and it's funny because we had to switch one of our rooms because we had someone else coming with us. I think Mary Margaret's sister was coming with us. And she's like, oh, you got to call the hotel. We got to get like 2 double beds or something, or like 2 queens or something instead of a king bed. I tried calling the regular Marriott line, waiting forever, all the stuff. I talked to them. They're like, oh, you got to call the hotel. There's nothing we can do. I'm like, dang. So then like a day later, I'm like, oh, shoot, I still got to call Marriott.
Oh, yeah.
And then I remembered that in my app, I have the Marriott Ambassador number.
Oh, they have a separate number.
They got the separate number. I call the separate number. Mr. Moran, no problem. Let me take a look at this for you. A minute later comes back. Okay, we've gone ahead and taken care of that for you. We went ahead and just upgraded you to the top tier room so you're going to have all this extra space for blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, oh my God. Like regular life, they're just like, you're not important. Screw you.
Right.
Good luck, everybody.
Yeah. Good night.
And then this, it's like, wow. And the experience is just unbelievable.
So how late can you check out with the Ambassador?
4:00.
Yeah. See, I was checking into the West End and I asked for a late checkout. She was like, oh, the latest we could do is till 12 and then we have to charge you. And I was like, well, I'm a Marriott member. And she was like, well, what's your number? So I gave it to her and then she was like, oh, okay, well, you can check out at 1:00. I'm like, oh, now that status got me like one late checkout.
Actually,
I'm like, imagine being an ambassador.
4:00, you actually get early check-in. So when we went to Madrid, like I was like, hey guys, I know we're here early. If there's anything you can do. And we had a very specific room in Madrid. It had like a terrace that overlooked the city.
Wow.
It was unbelievable. And they let us check in at like 10 a.m.
Oh, wow.
Pretty crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But with Ambassador, they have something called, it's like your 24. So like if I wanted to check in at a hotel, let's say you're going somewhere for a night, and I don't know, you could probably do it for multi-nights. But let's just say you're flying international or somewhere and you arrive at 7 p.m., right? You can say, okay, my 24, I want to check in at 7 p.m. and I want to check out at 7 p.m. And they'll do it.
Wow. So you can kind of make your own situation.
Make your own day. Make your own 24 hours.
Oh, that's
because a lot of times, think about it, you check in at a hotel, you get in late at 10 o'clock. And then if you're there for a night, you have to check out at noon. You're like, wait a second. I'm only staying here 14 hours.
You got to check out at like 11.
Or 11. Yeah. You're like here for 13, 14 hours, but you paid for the 24.
Right.
So this helps with that. Plus the suite upgrades and other stuff. It's great. It's a game changer for sure.
Oh, yeah.
So, I'm going to actually make some more videos kind of talking in detail about the credit cards to use.
That would be good. Yeah.
I think it's really helpful because I was even talking to someone in Detroit and she still uses her debit card. And I was like, if you're using your debit card, if you're paying money, you should be getting something back.
Definitely. I learned that from Mikey a while ago. Like I had to, I had to get my credit situation together. And then I got that Amex. Game changer.
It helps.
Definitely. That's how I got my status with Delta.
Yeah.
Just the Amex.
Yeah. Even, did you sign up for the restaurants?
Yes.
Okay. So sign up for the restaurant.
Sky Miles Dining.
Sky Miles Dining.
Yeah.
I dine at restaurants I don't even know. And it doesn't even have to be a Delta card. And I'm getting Sky Miles.
Oh, yeah.
Don't even pay attention. You just have to sign up. People are just too lazy to sign up, to be honest.
Oh, yeah. Or they don't know.
Or they don't know.
Yeah. That's a big one. You just don't know.
But, anyway, we went off a little bit of a tangent.
But let's get into it today. But because you started the conversation off talking about the custom wigs, I think it's only fair that we go into why you guys should be wearing wigs right now. Like we're getting ready to go into the summertime. And a lot of people go to braids for the summer. But let me tell you, I need to stay away from braids for a while. I got braids because before the wedding, I was training with a trainer.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. He was training, guys.
And my hair was just all over the place. I've been natural for probably over 15 years now. So my edges kind of swell up whenever I start training. So I got braids. And when I took my braids out, my edges just like started pulling out. You probably can't tell a lot here, but
I can tell.
Mikey said I ain't got no edges.
I'm just playing. No, they're there-ish.
No, so they really messed up my edges. So I was like, I have to figure out what I can do so that I can still work out, but also look good after I'm done working out. So I thought about wigs. I was like, well, I could do a sew-in, clip-ins, like let's just talk about the different types of styles or hair installs that people can do in place of braids. Now, not saying all stylists will take your edges out when you get braids, or that the one who did mine did. It could have been me, the way I took them out. It could have been anything, but you just have to find someone who goes with your actual hair texture and who can be gentle depending on what type of hair you have. But I love the wig idea that you talked about, the custom wigs. I think that, are they frontals or do you have closures as well?
Currently frontals.
Okay.
And we're going to, it was, like I said, literally a year-long process. Yeah. So we wanted to really perfect the hairline with like a transparent lace before getting into HD, which is even more difficult.
Yeah.
And then we're going to start doing the closures all customized as well.
Yeah. So the good thing about the wigs, especially in the summertime, is that you don't have to, there's not much you have to do with it. Of course, you have to keep it maintained. But once it's on and you have that frontal on, if you have someone who installs it properly, you can wear that wig for a very long time as long as you're going back for maintenance and making sure you're keeping it up. But it works. If you're working out and you have a wig on, you put a little edge scarf on. Private Label has edge scarves too. Put that on, and that'll kind of help it not swell up whenever you sweat. Or some people don't sweat when they work out. I know I don't sweat a lot, but I sweat. So if I had a frontal wig on, it wouldn't just slide or whatever. But that's a great option.
What about a headband wig for working out?
Definitely. So I actually have a headband wig. I've never wore my headband wig to work out, but like if I'm working out, I'll wear my ponytail, and then afterwards, if I need to get cute, I'll just brush my hair back in a ponytail, put the headband wig on, and I'm out for the day.
So you would work out with a ponytail and then afterwards put on the headband wig.
Yep.
So you wouldn't work out with the headband wig.
I could try, but there's no need.
There's no need.
For me, it's a lot of hair. Some people may, if you want to go be cute in the gym, but
girls try to be cute in the gym. I see you too. Look,
they cute, but I like to work. I don't like a bunch of stuff. Even with heavy braids, like I have to wrap them up or something because I don't like a bunch of stuff on me while I'm working out. But if you had a headband wig on, depending on the texture, you could always just wrap it up in a little bun if you wanted to wear the headband wig working out.
Or even you wear like one with, I would imagine, and this is just, obviously, I don't wear headband wigs or any hair to the gym. But I could imagine what I think would be a good solution would be to get a short headband wig, like a 14-inch straight. So it's not the curls and everything. You can still feel like kind of cutesy wearing it. Because I see girls wearing lashes and everything else in the gym.
I know people who wear perfume to go work out.
Yeah, they are like fully on. It's like like a club in there. And, you know, I would imagine just using a cheap, short headband wig. Too. Like, boom,
I think mine is, I have the deep wave wig. So it's a lot of hair.
It's a lot of hair. Yeah. Because you're getting hot when you're working out. So you want something kind of light, fluffy. You can maybe still get a little flip around, you know, to still get some attention while, you know, doing some weights or whatever kind of cardio you're doing.
Yeah, that's actually a great idea, the headband wig. And you can wear it in the gym and outside of the gym.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Another good one, and we talked about this before, but the tape-ins are coming back.
Look, you guys with these tape-ins, I can't even tell you of like, we had tape-ins for so long. We had multiple colors. They were looking good. And then like, we just couldn't really sell them. Honestly, it was one of those products that was a failure for private label.
Yeah.
And when a tape-in gets older, it loses the tackiness. So like, I felt pretty bad because there was times that someone ended up buying some, literally their client's in the chair and the tape's not taping. Luckily, they would have, like a lot of stylists know to have extra tape. Right. So they could use that and kind of solve the problem pretty quickly. But so I was like, screw tape-ins. I'm done with them. And now everybody, every day. Yeah. Mikey, do we have tape-ins? Do we have tape-ins? When I say we, it's like drop shippers or wholesale clients and all the stuff.
I think private label got the tape-ins when they were so brand new and people hadn't caught on to them yet. So now everyone is caught on and are like, oh, we need tape-ins. And
yeah, and it's funny because I made, right before the tape-in craze happened, I made some raw tape-ins, right? And those are nice because a lot of the tape-ins is virgin hair. Nothing wrong with virgin hair, right? But it's not easy to find raw hair tape-ins like this, right? And I was like, wow, these are really nice. And the price for them was really like what we were selling them for was really good.
Oh, yeah.
Boom, sold out. And I'm like, what? So let me get some more.
That boy crazy.
That boy, and then I think a couple people on social media started really hyping up tape-ins. Then it blew up.
Yeah, definitely. I remember seeing social media tape-ins were going crazy for a while.
Tape-ins. Yeah. So now I'm like, okay, here we go again. So I made kinky straight, like a 4C, like a 3B, 3C combo, you know, where it's a little tighter, closer to the tape, and it kind of gets a little bit bigger. So we have 4 new styles coming. Be here. Probably by the time you listen to this, it's already on the website. Maybe sold out. I don't know, because this boy's hot. And look, I'm not going all in, making 1 million of them. Oh, yeah. And then you guys like, oh, I don't want to do tape-ins anymore, and I'm stuck with them. Sorry, I'm not doing that.
Definitely.
Because these things have a shelf life.
Yeah. Because of the adhesive.
Yes, the adhesive. Yeah. It has a long shelf life, but still, like, I have to be careful.
Definitely.
Right? Yeah. So tape-ins, come back like a craze.
Oh, yeah. And they're really good for, you can work out in tape-ins. And I know that with tape-ins, some of your hair is left out, but it's more manageable. Like, I would much rather have tape-ins in or some other install that I can just wrap up or just kind of straighten my hair out that is out versus my hair just being out.
Have you tried the microlinks?
Not yet.
Like the I-tips?
No, not yet, but I will.
Okay. Yeah, we started with the raw. We have raw Indian I-tips, and they are.
Those are the new ones.
They're gorgeous.
Dallas was telling me about those.
So what a lot of people are doing, they're either taking the weft, and they're actually doing like tips with the weft and kind of beating the wefts. So that's one install method. The problem with that, honestly, is it's probably a lot cheaper for the install because think about how you're putting it on and it kind of goes bead. The problem is if you have this long track and you're trying to manage your hair and it's taped and it's just beaded in, like if you're trying to brush your hair, like that could be a potential problem, right? Because the track is not necessarily all the way at the scalp, like a sew-in that's sewn into the braid, right? So the individual eye tips, which generally are very expensive to get done, you know, it's just bing, bing, bing. It can be like 300 pieces for a full head.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work.
And it's expensive, but, you know, the result is generally pretty good.
And you think that's better than the strip?
In theory, it is, but you're going to be paying a lot more.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's just those because, you know, it's just a tiny little bead to the that's connected to your hair.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're brushing your hair, if you have like a wider tooth comb or brush, you can still brush your hair pretty easy without like the risk of really pulling all of it out. But if you do that with like a weft that's going all the way across, that's not sewn into your braid.
Yeah.
I don't know. To me, you know, look, I've never worn it, but just in theory, I imagine and I see how it's done because I research stuff all the time. Dallas and I are talking about it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
A little tough. Oh my God.
Definitely.
Oh my God. See? So dramatic. So
yeah, I think so we talked about the frontal wigs, but I think the closure wigs are game changer too. Like with those, you can literally braid your natural hair down, have the closure wig, and take it off whenever you want. As if you have a band on it, or depending on how it was done, it can look so natural. Pop that bad boy on, do what you got to do, come back, take it off. Your hair can breathe. It's amazing, literally.
I'm actually surprised more people don't wear or have like a whole kind of showcase of closure wigs because it's so much easier with like the with the I mean, I've only sold 1 million of them. I can't think of the name of them. Like the what's it called? The
bands?
Yeah, the bands. What are the wig grips?
The wig grips,
like with a wig grip, you can throw a closure wig on. It looks good, like super fast.
Oh yeah, yeah. I know. I have a friend. She probably has every inch closure wig, whatever color she wants.
A whole collection, right?
Yeah, everything, and she just pops them on, pops them off.
See, that sounds fun to me.
Them out.
Like
yeah,
if I was a girl, I don't care what my race would be, I would have a whole host of wigs in my closet.
Definitely.
Like to be able to change your whole dynamic of your look so fast. I think it's so neat.
That is cool.
Like it's super cool. Like I can change my hat, but like, you know, that's about all I got at this point. So I'm jealous, to be honest with you.
Oh yeah.
But you know, the thing with the closure wig, so we've actually transitioned at private label. We have really thick 4x4 closure wigs.
I have one.
Yeah, so we have the standard lace. Well, what we've done is we've slowly over the last 6 months have transitioned them to all transparent lace. So I listened really close, and I have the showroom here in Atlanta start making lists of all the requests of what's hot, what people want.
That's a good idea.
And a lot of people are requesting the 5x5 closure wigs, which, you know, gives you, it's going to look a little bit better, right? And so what I said is, look, we can keep the 4x4 because they're pretty affordable.
Right.
And let's just do a 5x5 HD lace. So it's not just another transparent. Let's do an HD lace 5x5. So if you're going to go 5x5, which is more expensive than a 4x4, let's go all out and let's go
get
HD.
That other lace.
So I think with like that HD lace, and I might get crazy and just make it a customized HD lace where it's custom ventilated in the front just to, you know, maybe show off a little bit. Maybe
I was about to say, look at you being a show out.
And maybe even just bleach the knots on them too. So you can just pop and go.
Oh, yeah.
Literally, that's ready to wear.
Oh, yeah. That's what a lot of people look for. Like, what is something that I don't have to do much, especially if they don't want to go to a stylist to get it installed and they want to be able to just put it on and take it off. Like, that is what people look for. I want something that's already ready made.
I think I just talked myself into a new product.
Oh, yeah. Because that would be something I would do. Like, I want to just walk into somewhere, get something that's already ready made. I don't do hair. I'm not a hair person. And sometimes if I just want to pop it on and off, I don't necessarily want to go to a salon to get it installed.
Yeah.
I just want to be able to, you know, wet it, put some mousse on it and go.
So you think it would definitely help to already have the bleached knots?
Definitely.
Yeah. We actually, for the, you know, we were filming with Bravo and we had this model and we used one of the 50-inch HD lace wigs. And I was like, Dallas was not here. And I was like, oh my God, we can't just have the model put this on. We got to bleach the knots. So I run next door and I was like, who here knows how to bleach knots? And Brittany is like this. And she's like, I was like, Brittany, we got to bleach the knots of a 50-inch, $2,000 wig. And she's like, oh my God, Mikey, man, Brittany bleached some knots. I said, okay. I was showing her some of the techniques that because I don't do hair, but I learned from Dallas of okay, let's do it this way. Like when you're bleaching knots, you have to make it so it's facing kind of like you're almost wearing it so the bleach doesn't bleed through and start coloring the hair. Mm-hmm. Look, after that, Brittany, your new nickname is Bleached Knots Brittany. I might even make a t-shirt. Bleached Knots Brittany. Those bleached knots came out so good.
Hilarious.
But you got to really think about how it does make a big difference. Yeah. And when people sell these ready to wear wigs, they often do not have bleached knots. So you can put it on, but it's the frontal area of the closure. If you don't customize it it doesn't look 100% natural.
Definitely.
Because it's a straight line. Yeah, it's pre-plucked and it has that progression of density, but it's a straight line.
Yeah.
Bing.
So what about the people for small heads? I know the wigs come 180 density. What do you have for people with small heads?
Are you talking about cap size?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, or even the cap size, but then the density. So if someone has a small head and they're wearing 180 wig density, sometimes the hair may still feel
it's
look very full. Yeah.
So what once we move into our new warehouse, which will be in 30 years at the rate DeKalb County approves permits, who should be fired and lawsuit. But so once we have that, we're going to start really kind of expanding some of that. Mm-hmm. So we'll have lower, like we do for the lace fronts, we're going to have the closure wigs, and we'll have them at lower densities.
Yeah.
Because really the higher density wigs are great, but it's those things get heavy. And actually our 180 density closure wigs are way over 180 density.
Oh, wow. So that's a lot of hair.
Yeah. Even for our custom wigs, we say they're 180 density, but they're technically, I've been doing the real weights and measurements because it's sewing the bundles, the way we do it. They're actually closer to 200 density. They're about 10% heavier, right? And density is all about weight, and it's the hair, weight of the hair, right? So I'm still going to market them as 180 density. It's just people are going to get a wig that's maybe a little thicker than they thought. Yeah. So you're going to exceed expectations.
Oh, yeah. That's really good. And what about the cap size?
So the cap size definitely is something we want to start bringing in a limited amount because most people are going to get a medium-sized cap. So we'll have some small caps, maybe not all the lengths,
right?
But start and see. I mean, as we grow and our clients grow, we could technically do anything.
Oh, definitely.
It's just a matter of how fast we can sell these, because if we make a bunch of small caps and they sit there forever, it's not the best situation.
No, definitely not.
But I like the idea of it because we want to be always, with everything we do, all inclusive for different types of clients.
I mean, like me, my head is very small, so.
So a medium-sized cap's a little big for you probably, right?
It's huge.
It's huge, a medium cap.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes. I mean, some people are asking for a large cap. I'm like, dang, that head must be a melon. I have a big head, so I can say a melon head, okay? My head's big.
Yeah, I have a little peanut head.
Yeah, so you got a little edamame head.
He didn't. He didn't.
You said peanut. Edamame is the same thing, just a little more healthy. Because you've been working out and stuff,
Okay, yeah. So another thing, clip-ins, I think are really good too. Now the thing with clip-ins, I feel like those are more of a shorter length hairstyle.
Right.
Not in length, but time-wise. So if you're going to do clip-ins, I personally, whenever I wear clip-ins, if I'm working out, I try to wrap them up, but my hair will still get very curly kind of at the roots because my hair is just natural. But it's a lot easier to try to straighten my hair when I have clip-ins in versus all of my hair just being out. It still works. So even in the summertime, if you're not working out and you're just having your hair done for the summer, clip-ins are still really good, because if you haven't noticed, when you put the clip-ins in between your hair, it kind of helps your natural hair not get so oily, and weave itself doesn't actually get oily as fast as your natural hair. So
I never thought of that. So if you have clip-ins in, see, I'm learning every day.
Yeah.
So when you have clip-ins in for your natural hair and you're flat ironing it, it's easier for you to straighten your hair.
Definitely. For me,
For you. And I know, look, everybody's hair is different and there's a lot of differences between them. But
But for me, when I have clip-ins in, I can always wear my like silk presses longer versus if I just have my natural hair out because it gets oily faster.
Well, I can't wait for you to start doing your silk presses with the new private label flat irons.
Oh, definitely.
I'm telling you, Dallas has been really putting between that and the hair dryer. Dallas is freaking out.
Oh, yeah. I went to Dallas and got my hair straightened. He actually used the private label flat irons. And I was like...
You're like, wait a second.
Really, I was impressed with the blow dryer because it wasn't so loud. It was very, like, soft and my scalp wasn't burning all over the place, but my hair was still dry. It was perfect, literally.
That blow dryer, they're in production. It's... That thing's game changer.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
We actually joke about it because Dallas is like, you can actually, when you're doing it, you can actually hear the client. And he's like, I can hear all my clients. He's like, I don't necessarily always want to hear all the trash they're talking, but now I can actually hear it. But you can hold a conversation while blow drying hair.
Yeah, definitely.
Pretty cool.
Oh, yeah.
And it's going to be,
I love them.
It's going to be way cheaper than those $500 Dysons. Nothing. Look, I have a Dyson.
Oh, yeah.
And I like it. I know you're probably wondering, why do I have a Dyson? So,
Mary Margaret, I'm assuming.
I have a Dyson because when I take a shower, I like to have the Dyson run. I like it hot in the bathroom. So I turn off the fan and I turn on the Dyson, right? Because I don't want a space heater in my shower.
Right.
Well, it's not in the shower, but in the bathroom.
I was about to say,
So I have a Dyson just heating up. It's like a little mini space heater. And then when I get out, it's on the counter just running.
Oh, so it's not the Dyson hair dryer.
It is the Dyson hair dryer.
Oh.
I have it just sitting on the counter running because it'll help warm up the room.
Okay.
And then when I'm toweling off, I know it's TMI, I actually am doing it in front of the dryer so I dry off faster. It's like a life hack thing.
This is the hair dryer?
It's the hair. Yes, it's the hair dryer. Sure. I don't have the curler on, right? So it's the hair dryer. So it's like drying me while I'm doing the towel.
That is hilarious.
And you get super dry because I feel like you should be like fully super dry before you put on your clothes.
Yeah, definitely.
Right? So it like dries everything really fast.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm
life
ready.
Hack.
I mean, it literally saves me 1 minute. Saves me a minute, and I shower twice a day. So that's 2 minutes a day. Mm-hmm. That's, how many, what is that in a year? 365, 700 minutes a year divided by 60. Okay. We're talking, it saves me 10 hours a year.
I like that. I love how Mikey calculates everything down to the minute.
I have no time.
$1. Yeah.
So it's like, if I can save 10 hours a year by drying myself in
with the hair
dryer as well as the towel, 10 hours a year is a long time.
That is a very long time.
I could fly to Madrid in 10 hours. Look, that Madrid though. You haven't been to Madrid yet, right?
No, that's on my list.
Dowie's been to Madrid.
No, I've been to Barcelona.
Dang, Barcelona. Actually, you know what? Barcelona, I loved, and it's by the beach, and I'm thinking bikinis. And look, Dowie knows what kind of bikinis I'm talking about over there at Barcelona. They only wear half of them. Okay, playing volleyball. It's like one of those movies. Anyways, and then when I went to Madrid, I was like, we're gonna go to Madrid, do something different. I didn't think there's no way I could like it more than Barcelona. Mm-hmm. I did.
I do remember you sent 2 staff members to Barcelona.
We did. We had that contest. Actually, we're bringing that back. So we had to stop the vacation. Like part of the private label does like, for our staff, we do like these big trips. Well, we did one and then COVID hit.
Right.
Where we sent, so basically you had a chance to win flight for 2, hotel for 2 in Barcelona for a week with paid vacation. Mm-hmm. So we're going to bring that back this next Christmas party. And we're going to send them down to our property down in Dominican Republic.
Oh, yeah.
And that boy, that is going to be the trip.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, that is going to be whoever wins that this year is going to be happy.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And then, they'll probably quit the next week.
Oh, boy.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, but definitely, those are all great installs or different types of styles that you can do, especially in the summertime when it gets hot. I know a lot of people look for styles that can help them out from the months of like now to probably August
or September in Atlanta.
Or September.
I mean, but you know what? I think it's important to have the conversation because a lot of people have only had sew-ins.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Like I've met people that are in their like 30s or even 40s and like, I've only done sew-ins my whole life. I was like, you've never even tried a wig? They're like, no, I was worried. I didn't know how to do this. And I think it's important to try these different types of applications because some things will work out better for you. Like
Definitely.
what you told me about the clip-ins and having it in, it makes so much sense because my girlfriend has oily hair too. Like, you know, she's Asian. So it's like she has to wash her hair every day because it gets
every day.
It gets oily really fast.
Wow.
You know, but I didn't think if she had clip-ins, it could help kind of like break it down, or you like the oil goes into that, you know.
Definitely.
It's just kind of neat, you know, and just everybody's so different. So I think trying the different applications could be a game changer. You just kind of have to get out there and try some new things. And
definitely,
you know, if you need any of those products, shameless plug, you can go to Private
I
Label
was just about to say.
we got it all and we got the good stuff.
Definitely. Make sure you go to privatelabel.com and
privatelabelextensions.com.
privatelabelextensions.com.
Oh my God.
And then privatelabelextensions.com and check out the new custom wigs. Are the new custom wigs on there now?
Yeah, they are.
Okay, yeah, the new custom wigs, clip-ins, the tape-ins.
The clip-ins are really nice because of the raw Indian clip-ins.
Oh, yeah.
And they are super
Yes, I've tried those.
You have them? You have a set? Or did I give you a set?
It was the new, they were like...
the new ones.
Yeah.
I like them a lot better than the clip-ins we had previously. We had the colors and such, and we'll make some blonde versions of the Indian, but these being the raw hair, I think it's just... I look at some other companies and see how much they sell clip-ins for, and I know they're not using raw hair.
Yeah.
I know where they're being made, sorry. You know, and I'm just like, they're charging this much. We charge less for raw clip-ins, and I'm like, yeah, you can't beat this.
Yeah, definitely. So try them all. Try everything out.
You know, see what works for you.
I've had a frontal before. Because of my head shape, I'm not a huge fan of frontals on my head, but they look really great on other people. I've tried the closure. I've tried clip-ins, sew-ins. I'm ready to try the microlinks or tape-ins. So just try them. Like there's nothing.
Well, we're going to be making some videos with that. You would probably be a perfect model. Dawi would agree, right, Dawi? See, you got to get Dawi involved in the podcast. Okay, he's the producer over there.
Oh yeah,
like we could do that. So maybe that would be a good time for you to give it a try because we're always looking for models. You can get a free install of some eye tips.
Oh yeah, that'll be perfect.
The natural hair flip.
Oh, definitely. All right, y'all. So thanks so much for joining us. Make sure you go on, like, comment, subscribe on the podcast, on YouTube. Drop some comments. Let us know what you want to hear about. We're always looking for different topics to discuss so that we can make sure that all of our listeners are excited to listen.
Yeah, and if you're just listening to this, you can go to the YouTube channel, the Private Label YouTube channel where we have Hair Biz Radio, or you can just search Hair Biz Radio, and you can see us in action.
Definitely. You'll see all the little quirky things that we do during the podcast.
Oh, my God.
All right, y'all. We will catch y'all next time.
Bye.